Hello everybody, this is Levian Tarka, and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing the Stanley Parable.
This is the story of a man named
Yeah, we've
Stanley.
already seen this. We can skip this. So since this is a mostly narrated...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So since this game is a mostly narrated storyline, I will be conversing more with the narrator than you guys. But there's not much we can do.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Nope. Nobody here. I'm the only guy here. We have two
Stanley
doors.
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's go through the left door. Since we're obviously going to listen to him, since this is how the storyline goes.
Yet there was
Nobody
not a
here.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
But instead decided to go into the broom
Stanley
closet.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's a lot of stuff here. So much stuff in here. I love this
There was
broom
nothing
closet.
here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Yup.
No reason to still be here.
Yep. This is the best broom closet I've ever seen. So
Baffling that Stanley
so much
was
space.
still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Alright, let's continue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And that's what we're going to do, since we are following the storyline. Can't close that door.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could
There
it
is
mean?
nothing here.
Stanley
There's no
wondered
human life.
aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling
Tearing through
books
papers.
off the shelf, looking behind paintings,
Pulling
desperate for
books off the
clues to
shelf.
his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's
Keypad.
desk. What could its
Oops.
purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the
wrong.
terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss
It's
had
below my
assigned
feet.
it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of
2845.
course, Stanley
5.
couldn't.
There we go.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
Oh,
input the correct
that's-
code by sheer luck.
All right.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This is not part of the office. And down we go. Into the underground layer.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
I do
as though
feel
he
a bit
felt more
peculiar.
free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
And now the elevator's broken. Guess I can't get back up anymore.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or I could escape. Or go through the mind control facility. I'm gonna escape. Wonder what's down
Although
this
this
way.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No, it wouldn't. No, I won't. It's just a long
The
hallway.
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
But I
At this
don't
point,
want to
Stanley
get
was
back on
making
track.
a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly
Yep.
confront his death.
Yep. Into a hole of red. Ow! That's a long fall. It's a very long fall. How am I not
As
dead
the
from
machine
that?
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Yep. Farewell, narrator. What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
But I'm not dead.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The narrator
When
just...
every path you can walk has been created
Okay.
for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? So, Stanley's already dead. But is still playing this game. Oh, I can't go in. Well, this is interesting. How do I get out? Oh. That's cool. Okay, let's continue. To look at a clock. And more pictures. What was that? I saw that. I saw a red thing fly down. I heard that. Keeping my eye on that computer. Alright, what in the world is this? The Zending model? Okay. I saw that. I saw a number on that screen. Okay, let's continue.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Because I totally want to destroy the other narrator. Boop.
Can you see?
Nope.
Can you see how much they need one another?
Nope. I can't
No,
see it all.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Because I can't see.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't
Okay.
let time choose for
Okay.
you. Don't let time...
Okay. And I'm back. Well, alright. That was interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Really?
Mean. Stanley
Everybody
decided
was
to
on
go to the
lunch
meeting
break?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Nobody here. Username access? His username is access. It's not a very good username, that is.
When Stanley came
we
to a
have
set
reached
of
the
two
doors.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm not.
This was not
No,
the correct
I
way
am
to the
not.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Wow.
This room. What a beautiful room.
It is
what
beautiful.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank
It is
goodness
so
Stanley had
gorgeous.
taken... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. You can go do
Stanley
stuff.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
If
This
you
is it, Stanley.
if you say so.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh,
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
okay.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. Oh,
I can't move.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now.
I can't
want you
move.
to come in and tell me all about your
That's creepy.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yep.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Okay. I guess I have to go in here.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Yep.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
That's my
exactly
desk.
what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
I've already had lunch, thank
he's
you.
coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Didn't already
But in
press
his
L?
mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
But there's nothing at my
Fantastic
desk.
discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize
That
about
is
his
not a
own job.
TV.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
I can't go
The
anywhere.
thought excited him terribly.
I want to spend time with the
So
boys.
he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At
Which I
last,
did.
Choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy
That
world,
is
he began
not
to
part
fill
of the
it with many
kitchen.
possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Because that is the name of the game.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality,
Apparently, I
all
just
he's
lived
doing
my
is
office
pushing the
life.
same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this.
But I
that
can't
in
go
this
to
world,
sleep.
he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press Z to be at work. Nope. I do not want to be at work. No. I'm not. I won't. Unless nothing else happens. Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he
can't even get out
remains
of the
here,
office.
he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
No. I actually do want a question. I guess I have to.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley
What?
pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
What? Okay. Alright everybody, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please sure do leave a like and hit that subscribe button for more. And I will see you next time.